I'm Daniel Berlant in the CAL FIRE Information Center with an update on the wildfires burning across California for Sunday, August 23rd, 2020. Despite nearly 14,000 firefighters on the front lines battling wildfires day in and day out, a number of these wildfires have continued to grow due to dry conditions and elevated fire risk. That risk is only expected to go up over the next couple of days as more thunderstorm systems are approaching. We'll talk about that in just a minute. But first, let's talk about the current situation. As you can see from our statewide fire map here, we are still battling nearly 24 major large wildfires. This doesn't even show the nearly 12,000 emergency incidents. That's right, 12,000 emergency incidents that our firefighters have responded to, medical aids, structure fires, vehicle accidents, even other fires, all throughout the same time period. So it has been an incredibly busy week, to say the least. Now, firefighters are making progress on a number of fronts. Let's talk about our containment levels, specifically on some of the fires burning in the Bay Area. First, up in the North Bay, this is the Lnu Lightning Complex. Over 340,000 acres have burned. This makes the Lnu Lightning Complex now the second largest wildfire in our state's history. This fire, as of this morning, 17% contained. This, of course, includes the Walbridge fire that is burning just to the west of Healdsburg. A number of evacuations just for the outside of that community. But this continues to be a priority fire as part of the Lnu Lightning Complex. Now, if we head over to the East Bay, where we go to the Scu Lightning Complex, a series of fires burning just to the east of San Jose. This fire has grown to almost 340,000 acres. It too making the record books into the top 3 largest wildfires. This series of fires in total 10% contained. And then if we go over into the South Bay, into the Santa Cruz Mountains, this is the Czu Lightning Complex. 67,000 acres have burned here. This fire about 5% contained. Evacuations, of course, still in effect for Boulder Creek, Ben Lomond, as it continues to march its way down closer and closer into the community of Santa Cruz. Now, today there are nearly 240,000 residents that are evacuated from a lot of these fires. Now, as more evacuations have been called in some areas, in other areas, as progress has been made, we've been able to lift a number of evacuations. So it's a dynamic situation, constantly changing. You really should check with your local police department or your local sheriff's department on any types of notification systems that they have in your community to ensure that if an evacuation order is made, that you are notified. But in some cases, you may not get a notification, and that's where monitoring conditions and deciding to leave early is always your best bet. Let's talk a little bit about the resources that are battling these fires. As I mentioned, over 14,000 firefighters are battling. That's with more than 2,400 fire engines, not only CAL FIRE, cities from across the state, county fire departments, the U.S. Forest Service, other federal fire agencies. We've even activated the National Guard, both with helicopters and their troops. Over 200 guardsmen now formed into fire crews helping battle this fire. A number of states have also sent us assistance. We have seen help from Arizona, Texas, a number of the western states sending already at scene. We have 60 fire engines from other states now assisting us, and 26 more fire engines coming in from Montana, Utah, Texas, already here in California, Arizona, Idaho, New Mexico, Oregon, and Washington. Several hundred more fire engines from other states are being requested. We're even flying several military aircraft that have been outfitted as modular firefighting systems. If you check back a little bit later this afternoon, we'll have a video showing some of those large air tankers and just what an impact they are making in this firefight. The military aircraft, though, is in combination with the CAL FIRE, number of private resources, and even federal air resources that we're using. 95 aircraft, fixed-wing, helicopters assigned that are working just on the state incidents. When you add all the federal resources that we've brought into California, it is over 200 total aircraft. So a significant Air Force battling these fires. Now, a lot of people say, well, I don't see the aircraft. The aircraft are constantly moving from one fire to the next. They may be assigned to this fire to make a drop, and then the next load they go to the next fire. We're constantly prioritizing our resources based on life property, and our natural resources in that order. So if an evacuation is called as a fire moves to a community, we're going to divert aircraft into that area. So you may not see them for a couple hours, but that also allows the firefighters on the ground an opportunity to get in there, build containment lines, strengthen the line from where that retardant was dropped. So they work in combination, but it's not like you're going to see aircraft constantly, and that is okay and normal as well. Let's talk about the weather and our outlook for today. Not a good discussion at all, as a red flag warning has been issued for much of Northern California, stretching all the way down through the Central Coast. This is in anticipation of some additional scattered dry lightning thunderstorms. As I mentioned yesterday, we are still seeing some residual moisture coming on off the coast up into California from Hurricane Geneva, as that hurricane continues to send tropical moisture up. When it hits our hot temperatures, it forms thunderstorms. And it being the middle of summer, it is associated with very little to no rainfall at all. So we could see a repeat of what we saw last week, nearly 12,000 lightning strikes occurring just last week. So we are prepared for more lightning strikes. So if you live practically anywhere in Northern California, all the way down through the Central Coast, down into Monterey, tonight into tomorrow and into Tuesday, be on high alert as we are preparing for more thunderstorm systems throughout this area. Let's talk quickly about our temperatures. Not as bad as we saw a week ago, but still pretty darn hot. 97 degrees expected today in Sacramento, 87 in Tahoe, 100 degrees in Redding, 98 in Fresno, 89 down in San Diego. Our humidity is also low in many areas, 14% in Redding, 26% in Fresno, 21% in Sacramento. Anything that gets into the teens, that's when we really start to see the dry conditions turn into explosive growth of wildfires. So right now, the humidity definitely not great. It's also not too bad, but something that we are monitoring very closely. So again, red flag warnings in effect. Much of Northern California. Do your part to help prevent sparking a wildfire. As we are busy with hundreds of Mother Nature-sparked lightning fires, we need the public's help preventing sparking new fires. So what can you do? Well, a common cause of fires are people going out using powered equipment, even lawnmowers, to cut dry grass. This is not the time to use powered equipment outdoors without extra safety precautions. If you're driving with your vehicle, make sure you don't have any dragging parts of your vehicle. That could even be trailer chains. If you're towing a trailer, the chains that connect the trailer, make sure they are not dragging on the ground. Always make sure your tires are inflated and never pull over in dry grass. Those are just a few of the recommendations that we have for you this week and to prevent sparking a wildfire. For more information on how to be prepared and how to prevent a wildfire, visit readyforwildfire.org. You can also download our Ready for Wildfire app in the Apple Store and the Google Play Store as well. Download it, a lot of great information there. Of course, for the latest on all these fires, visit us at fire.ca.gov or follow us on Facebook and or Twitter. That's the latest on the fires burning in California. I'm Daniel Berlant. Have a fire-safe day.